Hello everyone, it's Stella here. I hope that you are doing great. Welcome to Bibi and Yaya Show, the place where people come to get inspired about all aspects of life, the vices and the advice. Here we share people's stories so you don't make the same mistakes in life. We then try to provide these people with solutions through the comments section. Our goal is to share experiences and wisdom with all of you. In today's episode, we received two stories, one of a girl who got cheated on by her rich boyfriend, and another of a girl who got bullied on the very first day of college. Please keep the comments balling in. Write your thoughts, solutions, opinions, and we will try to reply to all comments, and we'll also share our opinions. Please show some love to the ones who share their stories by smashing the thumbs up button below. And if this is your first time watching one of our episodes, subscribe to our channel. We are here to help everyone who needs life advice in any good or difficult situation. So you can share your stories with us at the email address in the description below if you need any help. Alright folks, without further ado, let's get into the first story. But before we begin, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody who likes our videos. It helps the channel a lot. This is her side of the story. My name is Jasmine, and my boyfriend just dumped me. We had been together since the third year of high school. I remember when he first came up to me during lunch hour, all shy and asked to sit beside me. We didn't talk much that day, but later our feelings got deeper and deeper. Matt was always so easygoing and he had a way with words. He easily made me laugh every time. And above all, he loved me and I loved him too. He was part of the school's football team, and during his matches, I always sat in the front row to cheer him up. I was always shouting his name, and he always acknowledged it. As for me, I was a simple girl, born into a family of 5. My mom worked at the mall, and she always made sure my brothers and I had enough while my dad worked at the local bank downtown. They didn't make much, but they had enough to cater to us. Matt always had that rich kid look. His mom owned a personal business where she runs a clothing line, and his dad owned a company he runs. Matt was never the proud type. He was always reserved and didn't talk unless he was spoken to. He never posted their vacation pictures, and most times he sent them to me. We often joked about getting married to each other, talked for long hours about who our children were going to look like, what their names were going to be, and how many children we were going to have. Soon enough, he introduced me to his parents, and instantly I fell in love with them. They were better in person. His mom was very jovial, and I soon became fond of her, and his dad always called me Jazz, his mom's name. He said I looked like her. We often went out on dates, and sometimes I spent the night in his house. We would play Xbox, and virtually all the time I lost to him. He took real care of me. He gave me gifts all the time. He often bought flowers not just for me, but also for my mom. Everything went well until the summer of our last year. He and his family traveled to one of his cousin's houses in Europe. We communicated well at the beginning. He sent me pictures as soon as they landed. I remember him in his tight and well-fitted t-shirt with his cute face smiling widely for me when he got to their house. He FaceTimed me as he showed me through their big home. I was in awe and admiration. I wanted to be there with him, at least to taste a little bit of fanciness. While still at home, it felt as if I was with him. We spoke every day. He sent me pictures of anything that he could, and he even allowed me to speak to his cousins. 2 weeks into his vacation, he changed completely toward me. The calls firstly reduced, and he stopped sending me pictures as he used to. Soon enough, he stopped calling. I sent loads of texts and called him several times, and all he did was ignore me. I tried calling his mom, and she also didn't answer my calls. I feared the worst that could have happened. I thought every time I had no choice but to wait till he returned. It was extremely hard waiting, but I endured. I set a reminder for the day he was supposed to land, and as soon as the day came, I hurried to the airport and waited until his flight landed there. There he was, his face full of smiles. I hurried to meet him and threw myself completely at him. "Stop, Jasmine," he shrugged me off. "What's wrong?" I asked, looking confused as we talked when another girl came down. She looked very rich, as she had expensive earrings and a necklace while also wearing heavy makeup. Right in front of me, she leaned in to kiss him. She pulled both his hands almost as if she was pulling him away from me, saying, "Let's get going, Matt." "I'm sorry," Matt said to me before leaving with a supposedly new girlfriend. I felt used and cheated, and I decided to take the long walk home while I was deep in my thoughts. Well, that was a heartbreaking story. If you also have such experiences in the past, or if you have any suggestions for her, you can share it in the comment section below. And hit the like button. If you liked her story, then please subscribe to our channel to watch more videos. Saying that, let's dive into the next story. Hi, my name is Julie. I just turned 18 and had just entered college. Throughout the years, I was always called ugly because the gap in my tooth. My mom had always encouraged me through the years and always told me to be myself, regardless of the circumstances. Entering college seemed like a nightmare, another round of anxiety and taunting. "Julie, you are the best version of yourself that can ever be," my mom said as she got ready to drop me off. "You are very beautiful, you know," she said, packing my books in my bag. "I'll be fine," I finally said as I made my way to the car getting to school. I made my way to my new class and sat in the front seat as usual. I couldn't bear to sit in the midst of my mockers. I hardly spoke a word, not to anyone, not even to myself. It was time for lunch, and I took space to myself to eat my homemade sandwich. Suddenly, this guy carrying a weird expression on his face walked up to me. "My name is Paul," he said as he sat beside me. "Julie," I replied, my eyes fixed on my food. "I see you are new here," he said. Why is this guy trying to have a conversation with me? I thought to myself. "Yes, I am," the words finally coming out of my mouth. "I can show you around if you want," he said again without thinking about it. I rejected his offer. "I'm good, thank you." "You are too beautiful to be sitting alone." "Only my mom says I'm beautiful. Who does this guy think he is?" I thought. "Thank you, Paul," I said. He said, "We should see each other after class." He stood to leave as he left a note on the table. I made my way back to class and unfolded the piece of paper. It read, "You are so beautiful and I would love to be more than friends with you. Can we meet at the cafe?" I was blushing as I read the contents of the paper. Someone actually likes me. I couldn't wait for the end of class to meet my admirer. Finally, the bell rang, signaling the end of the day's work. With my face and a full smile, I packed my bag in search of Paul. I found the cafe and made my way inside. He was sitting on the table, and as soon as he saw me enter, he hugged me full of enthusiasm. I clung on to him. "I'm glad you came," he said as he offered me a seat. "So what are we doing here?" I asked him as my eyes searched the room with his eyes fixed on mine. He carried his lips to kiss mine, and a chilly feeling ran through my body as our lips met. The doors suddenly opened and a stream of people came rushing with their phones in their hands and were screaming, "Gap tooth, gap tooth, gap tooth." I didn't understand what was happening. I looked at him expecting an explanation, but he burst into laughter and was shouting, "She fell for it!" I ran out of the cafe and called my mom to come pick me up. The journey home was rather absurd as I cried until we got home. I'm never seeing him or anyone again. So that was Julie's story. I think that it's not fair how she was treated, and no one deserves to be treated like that. Now you guys need to tell her what you think about her story. We will try to reply to all comments and share our opinions. If you think that you also need some advice or just want to share any life experiences, we have multiple videos on this channel that cover all topics on life. Feel free to watch all of them, but you can always share your stories with us at the email address in the description below. Love you, thank you for watching the video. I will see you soon with another intriguing story. And don't forget to smash the like button, share the video with others so they can contribute with their solutions, and press the bell icon to subscribe. Bye!